Welcome to the latest installment of the Run to Daylight podcast. I am joined by my friend Bipcoin, Bip Mandel, and Bip is recovering from COVID. So you actually look pretty good considering how sick you were, Bip. And we're going to do an FFPC live main event. I don't think I've ever recorded a live main event. Maybe I did. My memory is going. But we are not doing this live. We'll post it up afterwards. And speaking of the FFPC, if you crush your home and office and family leagues every year, it's time to take the next step to fantasy glory. The FFPC is where you need to play fantasy football this summer, just like Bip and I. No salary caps, no DFS, no new formats to learn, just pure drafting fun that you've loved for years. The FFPC is home to not one, but $2 million grand prizes, including the one that Bip and I are hoping to take down today. I have my Believe sign from Ted Lasso behind us, and I am believing that we are going to have a great draft. So the main event and the Fantasy Pros Championship both have $1 million prize, so you can manage your team and chase down those seven-figure payouts. Or check out FFPC's other great leagues, including best ball tournaments, dynasty leagues, and a ton more. Dozens of leagues are going off every single day at myffpc.com. That is myffpc.com. Bip, welcome to the show. I am going to share the screen so people can see the draft board. Give me a second. Let's see if it, of course, it's not going to let me. Oh, it's StreamYard. No, not going to let me. Oh, I hate when this happens. I'm trying to do it on. All right, I'm just going to do the entire screen. So we're going to see. We're going to see when we. Let's see. Let's make this draft board a little better. Yeah, but you know what? This isn't going to work. It's just not going to work because I have to look at you. I have to look at the draft board. All right, so they're just, this is going to stink. I don't know what it is about Firefox that doesn't let me share like the other one does.
Open it in a new browser. It doesn't work still?
No, for some reason, it just doesn't. Let me try this again. Stop sharing. Share screen. Select window.
Yep.
I know. And it says the StreamYard. It'll allow me to look at the StreamYard or an entire screen. Here, let me try and separate the draft board.
Yes, that's what I was suggesting.
I did that before. It didn't work.
Okay.
But let's see if it will do it. Let's try it again, Bipper.
Or I can try presenting and just leave it there.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Worked.
There is the draft board.
Perfect. You figured it out.
And I'm going to make it bigger and better.
Yep.
Oh, that's the draft room. And there is the draft board. Did that make it bigger for you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
All right. So, Bip, what pick do we have?
We are picking 5th, my friend.
And, you know, we agree that if Jefferson, Kelsey, Chase, or McCaffrey should make it to us, we're going to take them. And if not, we are probably going to take Cooper Kupp. We're going to say, forget the hammy. And, you know, we're just going to take the best player. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, the good news is he's not going to practice anymore. So he's just going to rest and show up week one. And even when he went down last year, he was on a historical pace. I mean, that's all that team has, and Stafford likes him. Offensive coordinator has built an offense around him. So we just hope he stays healthy.
And we're off. So I am hoping that CMC falls to us. I have not been taking a lot of CMC in best ball, but I
Yep.
think, Bip, in this format, getting CMC is certainly worth it. A little scary. I mean, I love Cup. Last year, Cup was the number one wide receiver in both floor and ceiling until his injury. And it's kind of interesting to, pass on him at 5. But
Absolutely, Todd. And I know you may not feel that much about him, but I firmly believe that if all the players had injury-free season, CMC is going to outscore all of them in that offense and the role he has. Now, not everyone may have that compelling point of view. Obviously, health is a concern with a 27-year-old back and his past, but man, if he plays 17 games, there's huge upside in that Shanahan offense.
And Elijah Mitchell is already hurt. I mean, I know that they are talking
Yep.
up Jordan Mason and Tyrion Davis-Price in camp, but it always seems like there's somebody that's being talked up in camp with the Niners. And push comes to shove, Shanny doesn't trust everyone. So it'll be interesting if Mitchell misses time, because we saw huge splits last year. But when Mitchell played and when Mitchell didn't, with CMC's usage. And he averaged about 8 more fantasy points a game when Mitchell was out. He certainly got probably 5 to 8 less carries a game. And this, why are we stopped already?
Is the team not in the draft room?
Yeah, there's one team that's not here.
And it is Balky. Okay, Balky doesn't let people. It's interesting who is commissioning. He wants to make sure people make their first pick and not timeout. Whereas some other commissions will probably allow you to go on auto if you are green. I see the team as green. I don't know why they didn't make their pick. I see them as green. Oh, there's a team missing. Team number 10, I think, is not yet in the draft room.
Yeah, he's out eating a chicken dinner. And we go by the name Smash Brothers this year. I alternately like to consider Bip and Todd's Excellent Adventure. Last year we had a lot of success together in the regular season, playing the 350 contest on the FFPC. But we got eliminated in all. We made the playoffs in 5 of 6 leagues, but got eliminated in all of them. One of the worst things that's happened to me.
Bless you.
In fantasy football. Hey, you didn't give me COVID through the line, I hope.
No, and I think I'm safe right now. I finished my quarantine, just recovering. Actually, today is the first day I feel very good. I mean,
how many days has it been since you first had symptoms?
Since last Sunday. So it's been 7 days, 6 days.
Yeah, 7 days is some places will tell you 5 days. I believe in 7.
Okay. The 3 players are gone.
Yep. So it'll be interesting if someone reaches for Tyreek. Nope.
No one does that.
No. All right. So we're taking Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
And coming back, I put in order we've got 15 to go. I've got Chris Olave as the last guy. We had a conversation about Olave and Devonta Smith. You're okay with Olave, although you have a slight lean towards Devonta Smith. We both would like to see Waddle, Andrews, Pollard, one of them make it. But if not, we're good to go there. But tell me, your strategy. Obviously, it's a lot different than best ball. There's a couple things that are really important to do that are different. You're more of a player, a season-long player than a best ball player, and as far as balance, right? One of the great things about the FFPC is that there is only 2 wide receivers starters, tight end premium, and 2 flexes. It really allows you to build different teams in different ways. Tell me what do you normally like to come out of the first 3 rounds with?
Yeah, I think my ideal preference in redrafts last few years where I've been successful is the concept that everyone talks about, hero RB, where you take a solid running back like Christian McCaffrey or Eckler in previous years, and then keep painting it yellow. I think that's the way I've done it. Obviously, in first 5 rounds, I want to target an elite tight end, but I'm not going to reach if I don't get one, and then load up those receivers and then come back running backs or someone else's handcuffs later.
On other sites, we've seen running backs drop, much less so on the FFPC. We hear a lot of talk about boomers, and yes, we do tend to skew a little older here on the FFPC. But in managed leagues, it's much harder than best ball to, with 12 weeks, it's 12 weeks of regular season. With 12 weeks of a regular season, BIP, if you don't have a good second running back to start the season, you could really find yourself behind the 8 ball.
Yes and no. I think I hear that, but I will tell you this: if you can get some of those pass catching backs later, and they can put up a floor amount of points, which could be 15 or 16 points at some point of time, you will be fine. And I've had ton of teams that just do fine. The challenge with running backs is, if you go and do a correlation or study them over the years, they are so volatile, they get hurt probably more than receivers, that it can really mess up your team, in case they start slow or they get hurt. Because it has also happened, just because you took a stud running back doesn't mean game 1 they are lighting up points. Sometimes they take 2-3 games to get going. And Todd, which we have seen.
Look, there goes Olave. So there's our first. We did see.
Hey, we are going to get one of our guys. So
Howard went early, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. And then Olave went. So we are up next, BIP, and
we have Waddle or Andrews. We'll get one of them for sure.
Oh my gosh! Excuse me. I need to go relieve myself. All right, Waddle is a no-brainer. I would have preferred Andrews, but Waddle is a no-brainer. Yep. We are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players away. I will put Henry and Jonathan Taylor in. That gives us 7. I'm not going to put Mahomes in. Devonta Smith, Ramondre, Higgins, Hawkinson. We're trying to stay away from week 13. Both our guys had week 10 bye weeks. I'm much less concerned with bye weeks in this format. BIP, who else do you want to throw in the queue?
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the rumors of Josh Jacobs in Kansas City, if they let him go?
I mean, I don't mind Josh Jacobs. I think the Chiefs have enough running backs. But, look, Taylor, it's hard for me to see the Raiders giving the Chiefs Josh Jacobs.
Yep. No, I agree with you. That's an interesting point. I'm surprised the Tyreek Hill team didn't go Waddle. Very surprised, but I get it. People have their preference.
I put Jacobs in the queue.
Sure.
I put Taylor in. Taylor just went right as I mentioned his name, which happens way more often than you would expect. Now, I think that one of Mahomes or Hurts could go here. leaving us someone that we like. I put Ridley. I put Higgins. I pushed Jacobs. Is there anyone else that you think I should put in the queue?
You have Ramondre already. No, you have, and we have TJ Hawkinson also. Yeah, so we have the guys.
I mean, ideally, I would like to see us get TJ Hawkinson here.
Yep, I agree. I have a feeling,
or Ramondre.
Yep.
And again, one thing that go ahead, Bib.
No, I was thinking Team 2 and Team 4 will stack, but anyway, someone takes Mahomes there, which is fine. Are they listening to us? Are they listening to us? They took Ridley. Come on, man.
I mean, all I can say, buddy, is as far as I know, this is not live. I hit the recording button, not
No,
the live
I
button.
know. That was supposed to be a joke. So,
I mean, so we've got Hawkinson and Ramondre still on the board. One more.
Yes, keep taking them.
He took Ramondre. Damn it. So, all right, if Hawkinson's not there.
I like the top 2 players, Hawkinson or Higgins.
Okay.
I
like Hawkinson a lot more than Higgins.
Well, if Hawkinson goes here, I agree with you. We are taking Hawkinson. That's our first option. This guy is thinking. But you agree, right? Those 2 are ahead of Josh Jacobs. We don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah. Higgins. I mean, I don't love him, but because he is the second wide receiver, but he's so good. I don't believe in taking risk early unless it's clearly a better talent. Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Right. There you
go. This is going good. So all right.
Yep.
So I'm going to fill up the queue. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 away. Jacobs
14 away. Yeah, 14 or 15. It's
you got to add. So I'm going to add 15 names, and then I'm going to throw some other names out there. I'm just going to throw in the next 15.
Sure.
Although I'm not going to throw in Joe. I guess I could throw in Joe Burrow, but I really don't want a quarterback yet without us having a running back.
Yeah, no, we don't have a stack also. So and Joe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. For a second, man, my memory.
Yeah. We will feed Joe Burrow to Team 3 or Team 4. Let them fight out the stack.
Yeah. So I put a few extra names in.
Sure.
I'm not big on Travis Etienne right now. Not only are we hearing that Tank Bigsby is looking good in both the run game and the pass game, we're also hearing that what's his name? Who's their third running back? Is doing very well. The guy that came over from Houston, was it? Hold on.
I am just paying attention to both of them.
Ernest Johnson.
Is
also playing good, and it just is making me a little shaky on.
It'll be interesting who falls. I mean, players I like. Okay, not even looking at Q, just with all the drafts I've done. I like Jerry Jeudy. I like Christian Watson. I like Joe Mixon at the spot we will pick next start. Mixon would be good. I don't know what you feel about Mixon, but they paid him. They restructured.
I don't love Mixon. He could, especially as a number 1, he could be facing a suspension. He could be facing the end of his career. Just not. I mean, he's fine, but I mean, the guy that I would love to see there is Breece Hall.
Yeah, I don't know if Breece will fall there. I mean, absolutely, we'll take him, no brainer.
I think Aaron Jones is the safest guy if we're going to go running back. And I mean, we got 2 wide receivers and a tight end. I mean, unless there's someone there at the wide receiver position that is just so much better than anyone left on the board, and already I don't see anyone who is. I lean towards getting running back because I just don't like getting out of balance in these kind of things. It can end very poorly.
Yeah, you're trying to win $1 million, but I hear you. I mean, Aaron Jones, I could argue is 29 or whatever, an injury away from not being relevant, and Roger Stark.
What about Kenneth Walker then?
Oh, Kenneth Walker, I'm staying away from him in fourth round. Because I do like Zach Charbonnet and his talent. Walker is already hurt, Todd, and Charbonnet is back in practice, and that
Right.
team.
I'm fine with that. Look, if wide receiver is the best choice and you want to do it, I am for it. I agree.
No,
I mean, I lean towards trying to get my money back in advance, but
we can go Aaron Jones. We both have to agree. It shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, if Debo is there, if Cooper is there, and you like, or Watson, and you like them, I just think that there goes Watson.
Oh, there goes Watson. Yeah, that was the main guy I would have taken there. I think I like Team 12 what they have done. If they can come back. Debo and Cooper Cup don't. Not Cooper Cup. Amari Cooper don't excite me as much as Judy or Watson would have, but they are gone now, so there's no point.
Right,
our boy Brees is still in play. The problem I see is Team 9 and Team 11 have hoarded running backs, and so it just probably there goes Aaron Jones. Yeah, that just pushes teams to look at running back early.
Yeah, this team though has 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying it will push other teams to take running backs.
I mean, if you like Mixon, I think Mixon in the 4th is a solid pick, and so I don't.
Well, I would take Brees over.
There goes Brees.
So look at that team. Yeah,
he's being an idiot. I mean,
yes. I don't know what he's trying to prove, but anyways, people have their choices.
And there goes Mixon. So
okay,
first time we're kind of stuck here.
What do you like, Todd? I mean, Etienne is still there, but I know you don't like him. I like him more than Walker.
I mean, if we want to be different, I wouldn't mind going with Darren Waller or Kyle Pitts here. If we're going to be different and chase it a little bit, I wouldn't mind taking that or Kittle. I don't like Kittle as much. I do like Pitts. I like Drake London. I like Waller.
Do you like? Yeah, and Hopkins. Do you like Hopkins?
I mean, Hopkins doesn't excite me here.
Well, Debo is still there.
Yeah. I think he's solid, but he doesn't excite me. I like Dameon Pierce coming back.
Okay, London's gone. And you don't like Etienne, is it? Because that's the running back that catches my attention.
He's a decent pick here, I guess. There's no one I love here at all. So you tell me who you want to take.
Well, I would say, Todd, between Debo and Etienne, we should decide because Waller has the same 13th week bye, and I don't like Pitts here. Maybe he comes back. So Debo or Etienne, do you have a preference?
I mean, I don't. I lean Debo a little bit.
Okay, let's do it then.
I mean,
go Debo.
I don't love him there. I didn't love anybody. I mean, this is the first time that I would have taken Kyle Pitts. That's what I would have done.
Okay.
I would have taken Pitts. I just think that would have made us different. But that's okay. All right. So I'm going to add Cooper, Etienne, Kittle, Burrow, Hopkins, Waller, Pitts.
There goes Etienne.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Akers is coming back.
Yep.
I really like Dameon Pierce.
In 5th? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if Akers is there, I mean Sanders left with an injury today, and we haven't heard how
Correct.
serious it is.
Yeah, and I always doubt his pass catching chops. You'll be surprised. Maybe Kyle Pitts is there. It'll make it tougher for us, because he has been falling, in these drafts. But because if you look at it, let's see if these guys go Goddard and Kittle. Maybe one of them comes back,
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to get a little weird here and just start taking a bunch of running backs a little later. If I mean, I feel like we froze a little bit on Debo, and I don't know. I was on ETN up until recently. And that might have been my error. I gave you the opportunity to take him, though.
No,
so.
I mean I don't have compelling love for ETN the way I said, because I like Bigsby. He's one of my highest owned running backs. Over 25% I have Bigsby. If I go back and look, okay, let's see what happens here.
I love Bigsby.
Yeah, and you are right. D'Ernest Johnson was okay, and let's see what this guy does.
I mean, I don't see how we don't take Pitts if he's here, although
Absolutely.
I really like Dameon Pierce too.
So we have our two choices. There you go.
I like Godwin too.
But we probably don't need another receiver. I mean, Pierce, no. I like Pierce. So and Pierce will probably not come back, right?
Yeah, I think we should take Pierce, even if Pitts is there. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind Pitts in fifth, and I trust our skills on running backs. We will have running backs start.
Okay,
like David,
all right.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
It's a managed league. That's why, and we. Yeah, I think we take Pitts and not give anyone. Let's think through it. I mean, if you are okay with it, yeah.
I did. Absolutely. I mean, I was willing to. It makes the Debo pick kind of a luxury pick.
Absolutely. Because Debo was not coming back probably. And now, Todd, it gives us good option on running backs. I mean, there are lots of running backs later. We can just take an extra one also. We can take 7 running backs if we want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with Dobbins. Rachaad White, I'm not really crazy about. I'm not really crazy about Javonte Williams or James Conner. I like David Kamara. Montgomery a lot.
Oh yeah, me too. Maybe, and we get a free game with him. Where do you see Kamara going?
I think he'll go, 7th round probably.
Yeah, got it. The other guy whose ADP has been rising is James Cook.
Yeah. And I'm glad in best ball I have a pretty good amount of him. Yeah. In FFPC best ball, I'm sitting around 17%.
Sure. Isn't Alexander Mattison also hurt?
There goes Pierce.
Yeah.
I don't know if Madison is hurt, but I just don't like him.
Oh, me neither. I know a lot of people like him this year. I just don't think he will be able to handle a 3-down workload and play 17 games. What I've seen in Minnesota before. Team 12 is very interesting. One more receiver, which is good for us because we are loaded on receivers. Very good.
Well, I mean, basically, Team 9 and Team 12 are like, what they're doing is they're evening it up for the rest of us.
For the rest of us. And it's interesting, Team 12, because the good news is we get 2 shots at running backs before Team 12 picks again, because they are going to compete with us for running backs.
Yep. Oh, I love when someone who I had no interest in goes off the board. Evan Ingram.
Well, part of it is because we took 2 tight ends. People sometimes will reach for it. It's a $2,000 entry fee, right?
Well, that was the other thing that why I was interested in Pitts in the 4th. Hindsight being 2020, if we had ETN and Pitts, we'd be in a better position.
No, yeah, but we have three receivers.
But
Think about it.
if we want to win $1 million, I think Debo is a much better pick. Because if Ayuk or Kittle get hurt, Debo came into camp in shape.
Yep.
I think he's got something to prove this year. I've really come around on him lately.
So, Todd, the other way I look at it is Elijah Mitchell is hurt. He is CMC's handcuff, premium handcuff. Maybe he runs the load in that offense, right? If Elijah Mitchell cannot get out there. And isn't it contract year for Debo, or he got paid? Maybe it's.
I forgot to put my light on. Now you can see me. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but.
Oh, I could see you easily.
No, I'm just joking. The light does help, though.
Oh, he signed a 3-year contract last year.
Is that Bip Dog?
Yes. Oh, you can hear him. The noise.
I would have liked Dobbins.
Oh wow, Dobbins. That's early for Dobbins. Let's look at running backs. Well,
Monty's a no-brainer.
Monty's
a no-brainer. I really don't like Rashad. And this is why I hate doing this. And it's my fault. We should have taken ETN. But
no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think you'll be surprised.
You want to take James Cook?
Yes, I think I was going to say that. Let's just do that. Pass catching back. He's not coming back. Yep.
No, I like that. And, I always would rather go to war, especially in a $2,000 league. I would much rather go to war with someone I like, even a little early, than someone I don't like.
Yep. And what I will say, though, Todd, will be fine without ETN is there are more running backs later this year than wide receivers. You'll be surprised.
Oh, yeah. I know. And I'm not really on Mike Evans, but I like Pittman a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's early for Pacheco, but I'll put him in the queue. I like Dotson. I like Cooks, but not as much in this.
Yeah, this is one of those leagues where surprisingly running backs have gone little higher than they usually do, which is,
another one of these pass catching backs that I would be willing to take early is Samaje Perine.
Yeah, we can do that. I know you like him. I actually don't like Perine at all, and that's my bias. I just don't see him as a relevant fantasy.
Look, Dalvin Cook could end up in Denver, but every Sean Payton team has had a 60, 70 catch wide receiver going back.
Running back.
Yeah. Running back. I'm sorry.
I still feel that guy's job.
I don't love James Conner, but I think he if he makes it back to us, it's hard to not take him. I think Kirk, Deontay Johnson, and Lockett and Pittman I like more than any of the running backs. The other running back that I'd be willing to push up is Penny. Swift is there too. The
other option, Todd, always, and again, these are managed leagues, is we could go Swift and come back Penny in 8th. That gives you a running back on the Eagles offense. That's something to think about. But let's see what happens here. I wouldn't mind Connor.
I don't know. Let me look into where Penny's been going.
8th or 9th, late 8th or 9th. But this draft, running backs have been pushed up a little bit. So that's the only thing.
But that should even out.
Hopefully. Yep.
It's hard for me to pass on Lockett or Pittman for James Conner. And Swift, if you want Swift, though, I think that's not a terrible plan.
If we
because we're not going to be able to start Lockett or Pittman.
Exactly.
The other thing we did with Pitts, Hawkinson has a Week 13 bye. So does James Cook. So we got to be a little careful with Week 13 going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like James Conner?
I like Swift a step more than James Conner, but look, Swift is not guaranteed, right? So I could go either way.
I think considering how good the rest of our team is,
Yep.
I don't mind doing it that way. When does Tua go?
Tua 10th, I think, or somewhere later. See, most of the teams, yeah.
I like Tua because we have Waddle.
Yep.
And we didn't get an elite guy. And I mean, Tua's risky, but I think you could take Tua and then come back in the 20th round with Purdy in case Tua gets hurt.
Well,
Swift or Lockett?
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
I think Swift.
Yeah, Swift just balances our team out, and 7th round is a ADP gain for Swift. Because the other thing, Todd, and I'm not saying it plays out that way, but you are not an Elijah Moore fan, right?
Oh, I love Elijah Moore this year.
Okay, so here is my story here. If you look at all the 4 teams behind us, they have a quarterback. We could come back Elijah Moore there, and Deshaun Watson might make it back. You know, that's the other thing you could think about, but that probably messes up the build. And I don't know, but let's see what happens here. This is just a running back heavy draft somehow.
I like Devin Achane too.
Oh, me too. You don't have to.
I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, Biff. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep. So much for Watson. All right, we'll be up in 4 picks. Some of our top guys are still there.
I'm back.
Team 12 is really bold. I'm really curious how that team works out.
Well, I mean, he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. He can only play 4 at a time.
Yep.
So he might call himself top boy, but he might end up being bottom boy by the time everything's said and done. Team 4 obviously got off to that good start. I'm not on Goddard like some of these guys.
There goes Elijah.
But he's come back with 3 really good wide receivers.
Yep.
All right, we're up next. I mean, to me, what are you thinking? I mean, I find it hard to not take Penny here.
I agree with you. I mean, there is Gabe Davis, there's Pirine, there's Dalvin Cook, but Penny just secures us that backfield, right?
And what's his name went, right? Watson.
Who? Watson?
Watson went?
Yeah, Watson went. We are out.
Okay.
I think we take Penny. He's not coming back. Let's secure the backfield, right?
Yep. I think that'll give us a guy to start most weeks.
Correct.
I'm not on Dalvin. I don't want to put him in. We don't need Freiermuth. I'm not putting Tony in. I'll put Gabe Davis in. Well, he's already in. Burks is already in the queue. I'm not on AJ Dillon. Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm in Sky Moore, someone I like.
I love Sky Moore. I love Brian Robinson. I think Charbonnet would make a lot of sense for this team.
Yep. Did you read Cortland Sutton some good news?
Yeah, I'm going to put him in the queue.
Yep.
I love Achane if he makes it back.
I think the pick I like in ninth, if it makes it back, is Echain from an upside standpoint.
Yeah,
Or I don't know.
I want Achane if he makes it back. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Samaji, but I have no trouble. I mean, look, like you said, it's a $2,000 team. We want to, yes, we want to advance, but we also want to win. I have no problem. We need more running backs. Yep. I'm willing to take the shot on Achane, even though we got Waddle, and we might come back with Tua.
Well, that team is speed and Achane. I mean, Achane's ceiling, Perine.
They said he was running with the ones.
Samaje Perine?
No, Achane.
Yes, but well, for now, you never know. Dalvin lands up there. Oh, there goes Charbonnet. Pretty early. Go get your guy type of draft. That's main event.
Which you see a lot.
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell. See, the running backs just keep getting pushed up.
Yep, which makes it more imperative we get a fourth here, especially considering Top Boy is likely to take 2.
Yes, I
mean,
agree.
Elijah, I mean, taking Charbonnet and Mitchell, I mean, when you only have Akers, I'm not a fan. I get the strategy, though. There's a lot of people being fragile here. We went fragile, but not intentionally.
Well,
it was just the way the board felt to us. We weren't planning on Kupp Waddle. We weren't planning on Hawkinson making it to us. I had my ETN issues. There goes Piron.
Yep. The Debo pick was the toughest one here out of all the players, if I look at it. The other thing people are doing this year, Todd, they are taking the upside players now because then they come back with a boring Zeke or Hunt or Fournette later, knowing they will probably have a role somewhere, beginning of the season if someone signs them, right? Those are like the floor picks later. Kurt is thinking team 4. Sky Moore. There goes Sky Moore.
Yep, that's okay. We wanted Achane.
Yeah, let's do it. Boom.
And where is the Tyreek owner? Is he all right? So
Tyreek owner has a quarterback.
He already has a quarterback.
He has Josh Allen. Team 6.
Man, that makes me want to take another running back next.
Yeah, because they see the 4 teams behind us have quarterbacks. I doubt we are only competing with 2 other teams on quarterback. That is team for the first quarterback. Yeah.
And let's look at if he goes, right? If Tua goes and we don't get him, let's look at who else is available.
Yep. I think Team 9 is setting up probably for Anthony Richardson. He took Michael Pittman. I think that's where he would
I like Daniel Jones.
I like Daniel Jones. I wish we had Waller.
we can get Jalen Hyatt late. I like Aaron Rodgers this year. So,
I mean, Tua and Daniel Jones is a good combination. I like an upside. I like a pocket passer and I like a running quarterback, if that makes sense, right? From a combination standpoint. Now, not always I get that, but that's how I like it. If I can't get an elite quarterback early. So the other person, and I know we like a lot of running backs later, Todd, like Zamir White. I'm coming around Kendre Miller now that
I am too.
Tamaras, because
I also like Tajay.
Yeah, Tajay Sharp, Kendre Miller later.
Tajay Spears.
Sorry, Tajay Spears. That's my COVID talking. Tajay Sharp.
I like Damian Harris, but I've kind of fallen out of love with him.
Well, we have James Cook. I don't know if we want him with Cook or we could, another handcuff.
I mean, the guy I really want to take here, I want a YOLO quarterback and take Tank Bigsby if he makes it to us. We made the big move on passing on ETN.
Absolutely. You don't need to sell me on Bigsby. You know what
All
I
right,
feel.
good, good.
I think Debo pick works out well. He gives a balance on receivers for this team. You know, if you
Look,
look at now that
when
what we
you
have done.
look at this team, we could have huge spike weeks from Cup, Waddle, Hawkinson, and Debo and
Yeah.
Pitts. You know, I mean, if we can fit it, you know, I just think that is such a solid upside team
Yep.
up front that we need to support it with a lot of running back picks.
Kendre
I,
Miller.
and you know, and you know, there's wide receivers late that I like. Some of these rookies, yes, we might have to drop them, but you know, if one of them gets a starting role, you know, they could do really, really well.
Yep.
Hyatt, Michael Wilson. I get the case against Downs, but Downs has been playing well in camp. And I know you love young wide receivers. You know, this is an unusual draft, but, you know, having the two elite tight ends, if it works, and it doesn't
Yes.
always, if it works and Cup and Waddle and Debo do what they're supposed to, this is going to be a very dangerous team.
Absolutely, Todd. It's an upside team. It's a type of team you want to win $1 million. Now we have to manage it through the season, right? This is an explosive.
Well,
team
that's
for
your
playoffs.
expertise. You
Right.
are better. You are. Although I did pretty good with the starters last year.
I think you did great. I think you did great with waiver also. It's and this
just-
year we have lesser team than last year. We'll be fine.
And you know, a lot of it is because when I have less teams, I'm able to focus. You know, because I do DFS, and I'm so concerned with my best ball teams even in season.
We should probably put some more players in queue.
All right, hold on. Well, I think Tank's going to make it.
I hope so.
If not, I think we just take two and be done with it.
Although Tua might come back, but yeah, we may not want to play with.
Well, I mean, if Tank's not there, I mean, why risk it if Tank's not there? There's nobody else that I love enough.
Sure. Yeah, because the Burrow team can take a quarterback. You never know. Dak is still there. Your boy, Dak.
I mean, Dak is a great pick.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're going to run. I mean, they say they want to run more, but I feel like that was just an excuse to get rid of the offensive coordinator because McCarthy wanted to be the offensive coordinator. And
right.
I just think that.
Hey, we got our boy. We got our boy. Yeah. We got Tank. There you go. And this is now good because we didn't take ETN, so we don't have to hand.
I mean, it really paid off. I'm going to put Anthony Richardson in the queue. I'm going to put Dak in the queue.
Yep.
I'm not on McKinnon.
No, we don't need a running back now, Todd. I mean, we need a receiver.
We don't. I like Jacoby Myers.
Yes, me too. I like him in that Darren Waller role, you know, in that offense. And who knows, they may move Adams at some point if they don't do well, right?
We don't need a running back, but I like Roshan. I like Rondell.
Yeah, Roshan has been falling because of his injury, I think. He's been going. But here is what I'll tell you about running back. The reason I'm saying is I like Roshan, I like Jerome Ford, I like Zamir White. And then I like the older guys as a floor if you need one of them, like a Lenny or Zeke or Hunt.
I think we need a few more wide receivers. I think.
Correct.
I think we made our bet at running back with the 5.
Correct.
And you know, I think I agree with you. I think we look, if Tua makes it, if he doesn't, I think looking at Dak or Richardson. If not, you know, I mean, I like Jacoby Myers if Tua doesn't make it to us.
I would agree. And then Daniel Jones is also there later. It's good we took our boy Bigsby. There's a running back run still. So that's good.
Right. And now we don't need to be part of it.
Correct.
You know, I mean, we don't have, so the old saying, draft like you were right, and taking 8 of them because we're not in love with the 5 that we have to act like 2 of those 5 are going to be there for us.
Yeah, and we have the Philly back. One of them should pan out. I mean, if you think about it.
And I mean, Tua, if healthy, is going to give us that high end.
I agree with you.
He's going to give us the high end at a discount price.
Yeah, and let's take Tua, and maybe Kirk Cousins will come back, right? If not Dak or Richardson, right? You never know. But oh boy, he's reached for Zamir White. That's interesting.
Well, and that's good because now the fear at running back, and we got 5 that we liked. None of them are safe per se, but but they all have upside. And
and they are all pass catching. I mean, Penny I've not seen a lot, but I think he can catch passes.
Other than round 4, when the guys we wanted didn't make it back to us, but they shouldn't have. Pitts made it back. Round 6, Monty didn't make it back, but we've been pretty lucky with the guys making it. I really hope Tua makes it because that will really help this team.
Tua should make it. I don't think our good friend Kurt here will take.
I mean, it would be the fact that he's taking so long.
No, he was thinking. He's a great player, so I doubt he double dips there. So should we go Tua here?
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, perfect.
No doubt about it. All right, so let's look at some wide receivers. I'm going to put Bateman in. I didn't see him there.
He's still there. Yep.
I think Rashi Rice.
Absolutely.
Tyler Boyd, Mooney.
Yep.
I'm not on Mingo, but I am on Zay Jones.
Zay Jones, yes. I would even say although he got hurt today, I like Rashid Shaheed.
I love him. I'm going to put him in. Let's look at some running backs. I mean, I got to put my boy Tajay in.
Yep.
And I got to put Roshan Zerdy in. I mean,
Jerome Ford.
I think Laporta can go in the queue.
Yes. We need one more tight end at some point. So Laporta might not come back. That is my thought, but let's see.
I'm taking Richardson and Dak out of the queue, and Daniel Jones. I mean,
we will need another quarterback though with Tua at some point.
But not for the next pick.
Let's see if there is a run. You see the run? You see Dak go, right? There are 2 teams without a quarterback right now. So what do they do?
That's okay because I'm very content taking Purdy in the last round.
Hey, we have Debo. I agree with you. I think that's a great plan.
I think this team has other needs. Whenever you double dip tight end early, you've got that like explosive upside. Yep. But you're going to be lighter at receiver and running back. So, again, back to the whole thing. I mean, I would, I think this team is being drafted as if Tua is going to stay healthy.
Yep.
And again, I mean, I like Daniel Jones if he makes it back. I like Geno if he makes it back after that, maybe. But I wouldn't mind one more good running back before they're all gone. And we definitely need at least one wide receiver.
Yep. And let's see if Top Boy takes a quarterback or skips again.
I think he's got to take another running back.
Yeah. Or he's looking at Russell Wilson probably with Jerry Jeudy.
He's probably pissed that Dak went right in front of him.
Someone did it deliberately. That team had Lamar Jackson. Didn't need Dak.
That was a dirty deed, and he takes Chuba Hubbard. Oh. But Sanders got dinged up, so maybe that's what he's thinking.
Yep.
But I mean, he wasn't carted off; he just limped off.
Yep. There goes Anthony Richardson. He had Michael Pittman. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I love Richardson, but I mean, to me, Jacoby Myers or Zay Jones are my top two.
Jared Goff goes there. So some people are doubling up quarterbacks.
That's okay. Let them. I mean, to me, our bet here.
Hey, should we take Jacoby Myers?
I think so.
He made it back. Wow.
I think he's super solid.
Super solid. I'm surprised he made it back.
All right, good.
And that's a solid value for a WR4.
Yeah, I'll put Cousins and Daniel Jones in the queue. I'll put Geno in the queue. But if my boy Spears makes it back, it's going to be hard for me to pass.
No, I agree. I think Spears, Roschon, Jerome Ford, those are three names I like. Receivers, there's still options later.
I agree.
And those are the easiest to find on waiver.
I like Marvin Mims.
Yeah, me too. Especially, there he takes him. Kurt. He is what I love about Kurt, similar way, he's drafting the upsides now that he has a starting lineup.
All right, so I'm moving the draft board so that people can see.
There goes Daniel Jones. So people are doubling up quarterbacks.
That's okay. I still think that's not a good strategy in these things because, they're going to sit on your bench for 4 or 5 weeks. And if you get injuries, you're going to have to drop one.
Yes and no. I mean, last year got people worried, right? With the amount of quarterback injuries. Like, think about it. You have a great team and the only missing piece ends up being not having a quarterback too.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm perfectly content taking in the last round Mike White. If you're worried about a Tua injury, he's the backup. And he showed he played pretty darn good when he was
Lazard.
Can we take Tajay?
We can take.
Yeah,
we can take Tajay. The upside is huge. That's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll get one of the quarterbacks.
He could take me. He could take him here. If he takes him, I don't mind Roschon. I don't mind Zay. I don't mind Russ.
He might take Zay Jones for the stack. I don't think he has a stack. Let's see.
Yep.
See, I called it.
You did. I'm going to take Tajay.
Yeah, let's take Tajay. I draft too much with Kurt, and all of us have similar type of philosophy, sometimes stacking.
And that gave us a good 6th running back.
Yeah, I would say we just wait for Deneric Prince and take him in the end.
Look who I just put in the queue.
Deneric? Yeah. All right.
Wide receiver is pretty thin. I'm glad we got.
Yeah, I mean, there's still players. I wouldn't mind Alec Pierce late.
Yeah, we went through that last year.
Yep.
He's not my guy, but he's your guy. I'll put him in the queue.
Well, so the thing with Pierce, the way I look at him, or maybe Josh Downs develops, Pierce is their big body, down the field receiver. That's not Pittman for you.
No. Well, I think Pittman is better at that. What's his name? Matt Harmon did reception perception. He wins deep. He just didn't have a quarterback who could throw it to him.
He didn't have quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. And the one thing that Richardson can do is put a great deep ball. I'm going to tell you that I think Pittman is going to have much more deep shots this year than we've seen over the last couple of years.
Sure.
And also, you got to realize we have a new coordinator.
He finally takes his stack.
I mean, look, if you want Cousins or Geno coming back, I'm okay with it. But I like Jalen Hyatt. I like. There's not much else that I'm loving here.
Well, if you want a floor,